Hey everyone, it's your favorite hostesses with the mostesses here on the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And today we have a very special guest visiting us all the way from the Virgin Islands. The Same Difference Podcast, Karmea. I love it when Ja comes on. He brings the most epic personality I've ever seen on the planet. What do you think?
Blessed be the fruit. He does.
Is the toxicity. It's the toxicity.
Yeah.
But
I give some hot takes, man. I give some hot takes. And I say some of the stuff that Karmea doesn't want to. You know what I'm saying? She got to keep that good Southern Belle energy flowing. So, yeah, I'm bringing the toxic today, man. Let's go.
Absolutely. Bring the toxic. So today, thank you all for tuning into the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. This is going to be an epic conversation. And the topic of the hour is relationships. We love talking about relationships. That's our favorite topic. We are not doing well as a society. And we are going to see if we can debunk some myths tonight and see if we can get back and push back and maybe figure this out together. And so the first hot topic, the burning question tonight for us, and you audience members can chime in. This is our call-in special, so you can call in and argue with Karmea or myself or Ja. If you disagree, agree, or are indifferent. See what I did there? About the same difference, are indifferent, same difference about the topic at hand. But the topic at hand is about money. Money. But not just any kind of money. Money to the degree of if a spouse makes more money in a relationship, in a marriage, should their expectations, beliefs, and opinions weigh more and get more of the things that they desire answered, and it just have more weight to it? Does it weigh more? Does it mean more? Should they have a bigger say? Should they have the same say in equality rules, or does it even matter? What do you guys think? Karmea, what do you think? I can't hear your opinion on the topic at hand.
Well, when you're in a relationship together. It's not just yourself. Whether that person makes any money, whether that person makes less, whether the person makes more, everyone's thought process should be considered. And that should be a discussion between you two. If you was going to do that situation of, oh, since I make more, then I need to have more of a say, then you might as well just should have stayed single to me, because it sounds like you want somebody to dominate over. You're not looking for a partner. You look for somebody to control.
Okay. Ja, what are your thoughts? Does your partner have more say over you in a relationship, in a marriage, because they make more money than you?
Well, I guess first, I want an explanation if you can. When you say more say, like, does that mean the person that makes more, whatever, like they get the final decision no matter how the conversation goes, or what are we saying when we say that?
I'll take a strike. What I interpret when I hear it is that if you make more money and you are the breadwinner in a relationship, and so more of your money goes to keeping the lights on, putting groceries in the house, paying the bills, right? You pay, and so because you make more, you can cover more of the household expenses and goods because the other person makes less. And so if you're constantly leaving the light on in the bathroom and you're running the hair dryer and you're running the blowers and you got all the lights on in the house, because I pay most of the bills in this house, and I say, hey, I need you to cut the lights off, does my opinion override yours because I pay more bills than you, or I cover more expenses than you? Or even if I don't, I can because I make more than you. The potential for me to cover more expenses is there. That's how I interpret that.
Go ahead, Karmea. Karmea, go ahead.
I was about to say, when I hear about decisions, I'm not just thinking about financial. I'm thinking about even, domestic decisions in the household. I'm talking about chores. I'm talking about even your intimate time, whether you feel like it or not. I'm talking about,
Mm,
we're not just, I'm not looking just at finances. I'm looking at it just at a broad scheme of things. Like
mm.
what, if she don't feel like doing it, and are you just dominating her because, oh, I make the most money in the house? Or are you, the money thing, of course, or does any other decisions regarding if you have children, or about or your significant other's schedule, anything like that?
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
So with that, right? That's why I asked for some clarification, because we some people look at it differently. I guess I'm on a same different step with this one. I'm more in the middle, because the way that I see it, if you're in a relationship and you make the most money or you make all of the money, I don't see the point of having someone else if the fact that your finances is doing better than theirs or above theirs. I don't see the point of being in a relationship if now you're gonna just make all the decisions anyway. That doesn't make any sense. Why are you in relationship? So for me, I think like everybody do what works for them, because some people may be cool with just like I don't want to say being under someone's rule, but like someone may think that that's a soft life, to just have someone make all the money and they just, hey, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if it works for you, cool. However, in my idea of it, it has nothing to do with money. The situation is what dictates who gets the last say, because a conversation should be had regardless. And when that conversation is had, whoever makes the most sense should be the one that like gets the most say or gets the final say. For instance, like you had mentioned leaving lights on. It makes sense not to leave the lights on. So if I say let's stop doing that, it shouldn't matter whether I make more or not. Let's stop doing that to save some money and save the planet. That's how I see it.
So
Mhm.
okay, you say it's common sense, but what if the person continues to leave the lights on and you're the one
Then
flipping the bill?
that's an issue of not following what we agreed to.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? Like if we talked about it, a discussion was had, and we agreed that this would happen. You're going against what we agreed to. The issues with you. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? And we need to address that.
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely. I great job, everyone. Great job. I'll give you guys 2 points, Ja, 1 point, Karmea. Uh, I, I,
Support
I,
system.
I don't think money gives you a bigger say. Because like kind of like what Josh said in the beginning, I don't think it gives you more say or gives you more authority over the person. Um, I, 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 I really don't like the conversation around money when it comes to who can do more, who has more. Especially when I see threads about um women having their own. I got my own money. I'm Miss Independent. Do you know men don't care about how much money you make? like like men don't care how much money you make. I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care where you went to school. None of that stuff matters. Women care about that stuff. Men do not. Most men don't care how much money you make. So the mantra and this toting bandstand of I make my own, I have my own, and then you sit there in your singleness, and I was like, well, I'm glad you have your money. One of the things I learned many years ago. Um, I was in Disney World for the first time, and I was celebrating, and I had never been there. But coming from the Virgin Islands, um, you see it all over the commercials, which makes no sense to me because I can't go there. So when I was finally able to afford to go to Disney World and Disneyland by myself, I went by myself, and I spent 2 weeks in Orlando, Florida. The first week I had a blast. I went to Epcot. I went all the things, and then I realized I forgot that my sisters lived in Jacksonville, which was an hour away. I went and then my sister saw my social media post, and they said, "Hey, come get us. We want to spend time with you. We haven't seen you forever." So I drove to California, grabbed my sisters, and went back to Disney World. And I had twice as much fun spending time with my sisters and having that memory to reflect on. And I value that situation more than what a dollar could have ever afforded me. And so I think there's more value to someone outside of a dollar. And whoever makes more, whoever is the breadwinner, that's different from spending your life with someone, breaking bread with someone, and building something together. And I think that is beyond. I think that conversation needs to elevate beyond money. But if that's your kind of focus, like I make more, so I have more say, that's unfortunate for you because you're putting people in a box of what they can contribute monetarily. And provision and love, I think, extend past monetary value.
I 100% agree with you. So apparently this question came from Karmea, word on the street, or you hearing people talking about it. Can you tell us how that conversation was going?
I guess because
What?
Sorry.
what?
Sorry. My finger slipped.
I'll be damned. Well, it's basically a question of, because we have relationships nowadays regarding a big things about how much someone makes and things like that, but we also want to talk about women want to be independent in a relationship. And I was having a conversation with basically a group of women not too long ago about it, and this is why they were stating about they wanted, it doesn't matter how much their significant other makes, they always want to make sure they have their own money, because they don't want someone to have that type of control over them if all fails. So they won't fully give their man. They be like, look, we can both handle bills in the house, or you can handle them, but at the same time, I need to make sure I always am bringing in money, because you just never know. As we know, life happens, but we also know people happen too.
That independent in a relationship thing, that rubs me the wrong way. Like, I hate to even hear it.
No one said independent. Nobody said independent,
You
but you
did.
needed. I'm
You
saying, my
did.
apologies. I used the wrong word. The words for that. You need to make sure you have your own money just in case, because things do happen. People do change their minds.
That's an independent decision.
But it's not saying that you're not help. Whatever dynamic you have, it's not saying that you're not helping in your household with financially.
So you're taking away from your household, right? If I did that, right?
Yes,
if I did
exactly.
If we're in a committed relationship and we have a kid together, but I also have a kid with someone else because I cheated on you. Now there is less money. That's a horrible example, but
let's run that back.
No. Let me go. Right? You and I have a kid. I have another kid with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
That is, and you and I discussed we want to put away for college for that child. But I also have another child that I have to put away for college. This child that you and I have together now has less because there's money being siphoned off somewhere else. I didn't ask your opinion. I didn't have to converse with you because that child doesn't belong to you. I'm siphoning off funds outside of this household.
Mm-hmm.
I am putting money elsewhere, and now this child, just by design, has less. So now our child together has 50,000. This other child has 50,000, but our one child together could have had 100,000 to go to college with. It is a independent action.
But you can still invest. You can still invest and save. It's very possible. But you can still do that.
But the point of investing is compounding, right? $50,000 is going to compound, but $100,000 is going to compound even better.
I hear what you're saying about the independent action, but if the person that you get into the relationship with knows about the child, if the person that you're in the relationship with knows about the child before they get into the relationship with you, it's an independent action that happened before, but they're also agreeing they understand that I met this man taking care of his outside child. So that's a little bit different. Can I interject?
Sure.
Just a one for one swap, right? So a woman will have vex money when you go on a date. A woman will squirrel away money, some just in case money. But if a man does that, is that okay? Like that's a one for one thing. If you find out your man, your husband or whatever has $15,000 stashed away just in case you leave him, would you feel some type of way?
Honestly, no. No.
What?
I wouldn't feel any type of way because because at the end of the day, we're all human. You never know if something may happen to me. You never know if something, even though I'm saying and I stood on it that I'm not going anywhere, you don't know. That's just a part of life. You don't know. And a lot
Okay.
of times there's women and or men who are left out here to dry when things happen and they have just everything gone.
Okay. So I have this actually happened when I was selling life insurance. A husband and wife came in, and they were getting life insurance. The husband was getting life insurance for his wife, so he's putting life insurance on himself and getting it for his wife in case he passes. The wife is like in her late 20s. The husband is like going into 40s, so he's older than her. The husband is like, okay, get this policy about $200,000 life insurance. The wife flips because she's like, why aren't you leaving me $1 million? And his response was, I think they argued when they left my office, but the husband's response is, well, you can remarry, right? You can remarry. You don't need $1 million. Why would I fund your next marriage? Because you're young enough to bear children. You're young enough to remarry again and find someone after I die if I passed away. You're still young enough. So again, the wife was completely shocked because she was expecting the estate, the entire estate. She's expecting houses, real estate, all the cars, and $1 million in life insurance. Sorry, y'all. I'm
Am
back.
I frozen?
Oh, I
No.
thought it was me. Oh,
Who
I thought
was
it
it?
was me again. I was about to say
Who
no.
was it? Who was it?
It was Marcus.
It was me.
Oh, I was like, damn.
I was
Where did I
like,
lose y'all at?
Man, you got me
explain.
turning off my Wi-Fi and shit.
Sorry, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. Where did I leave y'all? But did that make sense? I'm
The
squirreling away
argument.
money.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm squirreling away money. Would that bother you, Karmea? If your husband only left you 50K because you're young enough to remarry?
First of all, some certain things regarding that thought process, he been thinking like this. There ain't no
Yes.
way he threw something like this at you at the end and around the life insurance policy. That means he's been already planning a certain way. And he's
Right.
been saying, things, whether you let it fly off the shoulder, whatever, and be like, oh, he's just joking. No, he ain't joking. He gonna leave you with what he feel like you should have when he leave. This is not the first conversation.
But
So
I don't need your opinion. I don't need your buy-in. I don't need to even converse with you to get life insurance on myself. Right? I'm gonna do the
right,
medical exam. I'm gonna pay for it, and it's completely independent of you. But you're my wife.
True. True.
right.
And then I die, so God forbid I die, and then you call the life insurance company because you know where it is, you know it's in the safe, and you realize I only left you 50K.
Mm.
But couldn't she have taken out life insurance on
She
him?
could have, yeah, she could have,
She
and she could have paid
But
for it herself.
that's the thing. He paid for it though. He paid for the policy. She could have took out $1 million policy if she
Hmm.
wanted to, but she
An
didn't want
additional
to pay for
policy.
it.
right, he paid for it. He paid for it,
Yeah.
he covered himself, and he listed
Yeah.
her as the beneficiary and the recipient of the money. Wouldn't you feel some type of way?
Mm-mm.
He
You would
paid for
not.
it. He funded the policy.
It's like a you know, I'm gonna use this term. It's like somebody's baby mama or their you know, or somebody else's family member. They getting a policy on somebody. It happens all the time. They're paying for it. When you die, they turn in the paper. As long as they can prove it, turn in that paperwork, they getting the money.
So
really, your job can too.
Yeah, but if you get a life insurance on me, I have to be available for the medical exam if there is one.
Not
right?
all
So
of
it's
them
not
have a
it's
medical
not
exam.
not all of, that's why I said not all of them have a medical exam, but if it's a lump sum of money, I have to opt into the medical exam. And now I'm finding out that a nurse just showed up at my door talking about, hey, yeah, Karmea is getting a life insurance on her husband. What? Let's talk about this. Complete surprise? No, I'm not opting into this. We didn't talk about this. So getting it on someone else is different. There's a little bit of a buy-in. There's a little bit of a buy-in that you have to consent to. So you can't just get life insurance on random people. But okay, you guys would not be hurt. That is.
I mean, okay, disappointed, maybe. Hurt, like you lied to me, like you took money from me for a life insurance. Nah. I don't know if that would be the right feeling. You know what? The disappointment comes in because of her expectations. Did they have the conversation saying that he would? Because then she'd be right to feel hurt because you lied to me. But if it's just, oh, I thought, you know what I'm saying? You can't really get mad at him. He funded the thing and he's setting you up with a little nest egg. You know, take your change, go about your business.
Is $50,000 a nest egg?
You said 100.
No, you said.
But well, okay, sure. 100K. That's a nest egg.
For someone that leaving with, as opposed to leaving with nothing, yeah, that's a damn good start. That's a damn good start.
But a lot of people would love to have a start like that.
I'm saying, didn't Master P started No Limit Records with like $10,000?
Shoot, to have 100,000, that's a wonderful start. Blessed
100K. 100K. Some people leave with debt. So hell yeah, I'll take that.
Absolutely. Okay. Fascinating. I think I saw a statistic the other day that 100K is like what people need to survive now. Like earning 100K a year is like what people need to survive in 2025. So what was it? We had the conversation, Karmea, about kids, and it's like what? It's like you need several tens of thousands of dollars to raise one child. So 100K, I feel like 100K can go fairly quickly, but especially if your wife is a stay-at-home wife, she hasn't earned the income in a while, and she's been living off your income. That's I don't know. 100K is a definite conversation.
Any amount of money can disappear like that. Like ask any lottery winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it depends on the person. You get what I'm saying? So if you get 100K and you're like, what? Only 100K? I think that's a you problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's what? She was in her 20s? Come on, man.
Yeah, late 20s. So
late 20s. Go get your OnlyFans, sis. Go get your OnlyFans. Set yourself up, you know.
Do not do that. Do not get an
OnlyFans. $1,200 to get you a nice camera. You know what I'm saying? A nice little backdrop for the OnlyFans. You're all right.
I can't.
I'm gonna play this clip from Rihanna. Apparently, Rihanna and her husband ASAP Rocky, were at an event, and she's telling ASAP Rocky, "Hey, you gotta go, bro. You gotta leave." So here's the clip, y'all. Let's play it. Let's see what we get here.
Rocky. Yo, Rocky.
So that's the situation. I can't hear too well what was heard, but it
Yeah.
looked like she's telling him, "Hey, time to go." And Rihanna makes six figures, billionaire status, and
Mm-hmm.
she's controlling her man, right? Um, I don't, Carmia, would that be okay with you? If I made more than you, can I tell you to we leaving, we out?
No, you cannot. No,
Really?
no, you cannot. That
Mm.
absolutely. We in a relationship together. That's the type of respect we need to have for each other. But ASAP Rocky, we all know that she's a billionaire in a relationship and he's just a millionaire. But at the same time, there's a respect they should have for each other. To me, they make it seem as if that she was trying to be controlling. But I look at that she was, trying to say sometimes when she has that accent and she gets loud, people think that she's being mean or disrespectful. And I think it's the case. It's like, no, that's probably how they talk all the time. I don't personally think it's like that. He probably was like, oh, I'm ready to go home, and probably seeing if she gonna go home. No, no, you go home. I'm good. Like, I'll see you later type stuff. That's what I got from it. But everybody else in the comments felt different.
Absolutely. Ja, what are your thoughts? Can your wife makes more than you? She's a billionaire. Y'all at the club or gala or foundational event. Can she just, hey, we out? Can she finger you to the door? Like, hey, we out.
What?
First, do pause.
Wait.
Hey, yo.
That's what she. No, that's
I've
what she
never
did.
heard.
That's what she
Finger
did. She's
you
like,
to
hey,
the door. All
No,
right. First of all,
it's your phrase. It's
yeah,
the phrasing.
phrasing,
It's the.
phrasing.
I ain't
Y'all
never
just
heard
negative.
fingering
Y'all
to
just
the door.
negative.
It's crazy.
Y'all just nasty. Y'all just
First
nasty.
of all, I'd like to say his wife is Rihanna. His wife is Rihanna.
First off, let's also correct that they're not married. They are boyfriend and girl. They are boyfriend girlfriend.
Is she still Rihanna? Is she still
When?
Rihanna? Okay,
I ain't seen
so
it.
if my wife, who is my girlfriend, my baby mama, who is Rihanna, asks me to leave or tell me to go, yes, ma'am. I'm going home with Rihanna. What am I staying here for? Next question.
He said he gonna be in the car warming it up the seats.
Yeah,
I'll be damned.
He already gone.
I'll push that remote start on that Bugatti. Let's go. You're right. I've been here too long. Let's go, ma'am.
He already gone. He already gone. I'm of the same mind. I don't have a problem with it. My wife said, hey, it's time to go. We out and we leaving. I don't have a problem with it. I think women are really surprised and offset when they realize men don't mind like taking a back seat at times. As hard as men work, as go-getterish as men are, we love to turn our brain off too. Right?
Facts.
I ain't got to worry about security. We got plenty of security. We got plenty of coverage. We did what we came here to do. If it was a donation event and we donated the money, like, why are we still here? I think women are still offset by that.
Listen, I need a little roughing up. I like that shit. Yeah, get your motherfucking ass in the car. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Like, sometimes you need a little, hey, pull my jacket coat. You know what I'm saying? Like, pull me to the car, matter of fact. I mean, like,
that's
sometimes.
that toxic behavior of a Libra. That's that toxic behavior of
here
a
we
Libra.
go. Here we go.
Y'all
So that's
like
not
a little
fun.
balance, a little spiciness.
You got like, man, get your ass in the car. Get
abuse. Verbal
That's
abuse.
not abuse if you like it. You see, whatever.
We see.
Go
I
to
get.
Karmea, man.
Hey, if you like it, I love it. But hey, whatever you, whatever you like, we love. If you like to be talk like that, if I see that out there at the Walmart and she talking to you crazy, I'm like, is that what he like? He look like he where he want to be. So
exactly.
I think that's the rebellion in you, Karmea. We came here to do what we gotta do. We did what we did. We're here. Hey, let's go. Why would you stay? You have there's no reason to stay. So why would you want to stay? just to
It
be
all
obstructive and just because he asked you to? He said, "Hey, let's go."
No, that is
Why?
not the
Why?
case. I
Why?
may
What is
want
it?
to see. I may want to peep the scene for a little bit. I may not be ready to go. But typically for myself, usually once I'm done with events and everything, I'm like, I've seen everything I want to see. They usually was like, Karmea, are you? No, back to the hotel. That's where I'm going. But that's a natural thing for me. But if I need to stay a little bit longer and I want to, work the room a little bit more, maybe so. But to just meet somebody telling me that, or me telling someone else that, like, I'm not finna do that. Hey, it's time
Would,
for us to go.
would you be mad if he left you? Would you be mad if he left you?
And if he felt like it was like, okay, well, you ready to
But
go?
y'all
Well, I think,
came together.
yeah, we came together, but at the same time, like, well, if you ready to go, you ready to go that bad? Okay, that's cool. You can go. I can't
I
control what somebody else do, and I'm not trying to be in that. I'm not your mama, and I'm not trying to
that's
be your
fine.
mama, and you ain't trying to be my daddy either.
Sometimes your social battery runs out, right? And
Oh, for
unless
sure.
and
I'm
maybe
that
hers was
person.
done and she didn't want to leave without her man. And like if roles have reversed, it looks bad for you. Even if my social battery I run out and I leave my woman there, like it's just a bad look all around
You're gonna
because
be
you don't know
dogged
what's gonna
out.
happen. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna
And
be
what if she's
dogged out.
drinking and all this other stuff? Y'all want your man to protect you, but how can I protect you if I'm not even there? You know what I'm saying? And like they go to galas and fashion shows and all this other shit all the time. I
Mm-hmm.
I kind of understand it. And sometimes we take these little 10-15 second clips and we just read all it. Oh, all of a sudden now their relationship is in the dumps just because you saw that little piece. He might like it. He was smiling.
He
I
sure would.
didn't. He was.
He
Hey,
was smiling.
he
He
Hey,
didn't. He
I
didn't
don't
look
I
like
don't
he
know
was
if he's a
smiling.
Libra, but
he was smiling. He might be where he want to be here.
you know how many children that man Speed ran through her? How many children they got now?
Oh, speed.
4?
I thought 2
Rihanna.
or
You see, Rihanna just had another baby. She wa listen. How she want Beyonce when she was
she ready to go.
See,
Hey. She ready to
look.
go. But Sierra be
See,
outside for real though. With Russell Wilson. She be outside.
mhm.
She be doing stuff. She's still dancing again. She's still promoting. She back on the
I
music. Like she
I'm not gonna
bounced back.
comment on it.
No
Not gonna comment on
comment.
it.
Okay.
Sierra. Yeah.
All right. So here's another favorite of mine. This was a really fun podcast we did. It was similar to this. We have 4 guests on the panel. I was outnumbered. It was Karmea Toshiba and Nikki
Toshiba.
Corbett.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, and here's a clip that it was an
You
epic moment
love.
about provision,
Mhm.
right? And money. So y'all check this out. Tell me what you think. This was a lot of fun for me. We have a caller calling into the show. Forgive me.
Thompson. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
This is Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Caller, what's your name and where you're from?
Crystal Thompson from Virginia.
Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Thank you for being here. We have the cast. Everybody's here to answer your question. What you got for us, girl?
What are your thoughts on women being the provider of the household, the main financial provider?
Who's she talking to? That's me. Who you want to answer that question? Let me be clear.
I'm open to everyone. I'm open to everyone.
Okay. Ladies first.
If that's
think-
if that no, go ahead, Nikki. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think if that's what the couple wants, then that's what you should do. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there are some cases where there's some women who, they get out, they start a career and they accelerate and they get to a point where they're just killing it. And it makes sense for them to, especially if they want to have a family, it makes sense for them to stay working and for their husband to be the stay-at-home dad. I think it's very individual. I don't think that we should say it's one way or the other is right or wrong. I don't know. That's just my thought. I mean, I personally wouldn't I like a more traditional situation. So I wouldn't necessarily seek that out, but I mean, I have no idea, because were I in that position where that was my life path, then I might think differently.
Just go for it, right? It's the both of you have to lay down in the bed together, excluding anybody outside of your relationship. However, my biggest thing is make sure that the woman doesn't have any resentment towards the man, or the man doesn't have any resentment towards the woman, because a lot of men define themselves by their ability to provide for their family. So if you take that away from a man, he might have some potential resentment. And so if you have sat down and you have acknowledged that there is no resentment, this dynamic simply works. And again, it's not that he's not working. It might just mean that she makes more money, for whatever the reason might be. She might be a doctor and he might be an artist, right? But if they have kids, that dynamic might work, because they're not having to worry about sending the kids to babysitters or daycares or whatever the case might be because of their schedules. But
so that was from our live that we did. That was a interesting conversation, and it was funny to me. All of you all would not go for even though you all said and spoke very well. None of you would go for it. None of you would go for that relationship dynamic. None of you would flip and be the provider of your own relationships. Even though y'all were saying, hey, if that works for you, hey, yeah, especially if she's a doctor and she makes more, yeah. But all of you said in agreement, I would not buy into that relationship. I would not sign up for that, which was hilarious to me.
We cannot decide on what people like their dynamics to be. Go with what makes y'all comfortable. Just like with A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. Rihanna's the billionaire, he's the millionaire. They're just fine. She's the primary person. I'm pretty sure her name is on a lot of things in their household, including the house, the cars, and everything. They happy with that. Every male may not be comfortable with that. Oh, A$AP Rocky's a Libra, bless his heart. But hey, if that's what you're comfortable with in your dynamic, that's cool. Me myself, I'm more traditional, but at the same time, that's why I said I'm very unorthodox, because I still want to make sure I have my own money. I make money too.
You're the breadwinner. You make all the money. You're the breadwinner. You make all the money. Why would you not go for that dynamic?
That's not. I guess it's based off of I come from a different household with my particular parent. My mother, she worked, but she didn't have to. She did it so she made sure she had her own, own coin as well. I'm the same way.
Understood. Ja, would you go for the flip? Would you allow your wife to make more money than you? Would you be okay with that, and you be the stay-at-home dad?
I see him with an
I've actually done it in the past. I've done it in the past for a time, and I like the others were saying, it depends on the relationship. Like whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm a more modern man in my outlook on a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Traditional doesn't fit in today's world in a lot of cases. So, but I don't recall the lady's name, but she had said that make sure that resentment doesn't build up. That's a very important point that I think some people may miss, because the thing is, you may not know that you're going to resent it. You might think it's a good idea until it happens. You get what I'm saying? And that's resentment builds a lot of the time when those roles where you thought you were comfortable with taking the provider role and your man being at home, until you see it. Now all you can see is Jody. You know what I'm saying? Now you're seeing baby boy on your couch. So I think it depends overall on the situation, because everyone's values are different. In this day and age where women are coming up, and Black women especially, the most educated, making a lot more money and all of this other stuff, like you have to be able to deal with those sort of things, even if it's just for a time. But if it's something that you're not into, then you're not into, and that's cool too.
Did you find yourself resenting your partner at the time when you tried it?
No, no.
It didn't bother you.
What I did learn is that these ladies be lying, like taking care of children, and it's not that hard. Like y'all be lying, but that's another story. It's easy.
No. That
It's
is
easy.
not. No, that's where I was going with it. There's a clip where a woman calls in. I wish I could find the clip if someone could send it to me. But there's a clip out there where a woman calls into a radio show, and she asks the woman live. The woman is like, "Man, I do so much. My husband does all these things, and I do a lot." And the woman called in and debunked the whole thing. And she was like, "Nah, you don't. Once a kid, especially if they're school age children, what are you doing for 6 hours, right? Folding clothes, doing laundry, catching up on the latest TikTok trend. What are you doing for 6 hours while the kids are in school? If you got school age kids, it's one thing if you got a baby, but but when they're school age and they're off on the bus, what do you do? What do you really do? That's so tiring. And I think that's a part of why some women won't flip, because in actuality, it's a lot harder to provide, right? You got to go out there, you got to kill it, you got to drag it home, you got to earn all the bucks, the things that men don't complain about. But let the roles flip. Oh no, there are a lot of women that won't sign up for it, because I think one of the metrics is it's very easy to be a home taker. In some instances, it's not that hard once the kids are of a certain age.
Well, I don't have children, so I can't speak on this.
Sure.
But I think it's depending on the type of. I said I don't have children, so I can't speak on that part. But I would think it's based off of the type of children you have, what they have to do, what they enrolled in, and all the other things. Because a lot of the cases, God forbid, if the mother is working, this day and age, a lot of women are in a household with a man and they are working this day and age. So they're working as well as dealing with the kids when they get off, etc. Now, if you're a work from home mom, it all depends on your kids and stuff like that. Like I said, I can't speak on that because I've known some parents to be running around like they're crazy with their kids because their schedule is packed so tight.
But is that
But
because you're a bad
as a
planner? You don't
that
plan
could
well.
be a bad that too. They could be a bad planner. They overstacking their children's schedules with things. Like I don't understand it myself. I don't have kids. I'm sorry, that's too much altogether.
Okay. I was literally trying to find the clip. It was so juicy, y'all. It was so good. It was really, really good. But moving on, I'll continue that hunt and we'll save it for another conversation.
Oh,
Because it was
while you was in this process, I got a question for John. While you
Mhm.
was, while you were playing house daddy,
Ooh.
how
You see,
That's-
she don't respect them. She don't respect them. When a woman does the stay-at-home thing, she's a super mom. But when you was
wasn't like
playing
that.
stepdad, when you playing house
I said,
daddy, go ahead. I'm listening.
how old were the children, and did they have like any difficult schedules? Did you have to deal with doctor's appointments too? Did you
Of course,
have to deal with,
of course.
so
There were
for
diapers, 2 in diapers, 1 in elementary school.
mm,
And of course, they had 1 at school, doctor's appointments, all of those other things. Got sick. My daughter's got what was what what's that when they come with the chicken pox? My daughter's had chicken pox. I dealt with that. I didn't cry and
You
get
didn't
on social
complain?
media. Oh
You didn't
God, life is
complain?
so hard. I did not make 1 social media post about it. Not 1
I be
about how difficult it was and cried. And I'm alive today to talk about it, man. It's oh,
It
hey,
was a lot.
all I'm
It
gonna
was a
say,
lot.
it
I
was a
can't say
lot.
nothing. I don't know
A
what
lot
that's
of the
like.
stories I be hearing, man, it's just life. It's like life is happening and you're just overwhelmed, but you did not expect. Listen, like I dealt with pooping in the tub right after I gave them a bath. I laughed because that's funny. I didn't get on TikTok and cry in my car. Like,
I
Women.
honestly believe when you have, like, this is for any situation, when you have children, you got to be prepared for any and everything. Any and everything. That's with any situation in life. You decide to have these kids, you better be prepared to take whatever comes with it.
The thing is, you can't prepare for every situation in life. You can't. That's why I think people need to understand. You
The
cannot
mindset.
possibly. There is no mindset to prepare somebody who's never had kids to have kids. There's no mindset for it. You could learn as you go as a first-time parent. You know what I'm saying? You could look at the books, you could take notes, you could do the opposite of what you've learned. But as far as like, I'm ready, I'm prepared, and I know what I'm gonna do if this happens and that happens, and like, you can't prepare for everything. What if your child is born with a disability you didn't prepare for? What do? That affects the whole rest of their life.
I'm saying being prepared for anything that may happen, meaning that you have that mindset like anything can happen. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Anything can happen. You just gonna have to bite. You got to bite the bullet.
Right. So why are women crashing out?
I can't, like I said, I don't have kids, so I can't speak on that. But I see, and I don't get me wrong, I like them, I love them, but I don't want them. So
that's cool.
Because you don't want to crash out. You think you'll crash out?
No, it's not because I'm a crash out. It's because I know my life and I like to move. I like to. Like, who wants to look for a babysitter all of a sudden when you got to fly here or you got to travel here, you got to do this? That's too much. That's too much. So if you know that your lifestyle is going to be that way, and you know, some people may be like, "Oh, my lifestyle going to be like, well, I still want to have a family later on." That's you. I don't want none of that, and I'm good, and I'm cool with that. But for those who have that mindset of having children, just know anything could happen, and you got to be ready to bite the bullet and handle your business when you bring a kid into this world. And you may be here by yourself with him or her and dealing with it, and you have to be prepared for that too.
Siobhan Thomas says, kids are chaos, but you have to be able to roll with the punches. I think the control freak personalities are the ones that truly struggle. So, Siobhan, you mean control freaks as in the women are like, they're overstimulating, they're overstimulated. So they're like, I have to be in control of the schedule. And when the schedule is off or something doesn't go as planned, then they crash out.
They freak out.
So that's what I think John made a great point. That's how life is, right? It's not just kids. Life was that like that unexpected before even having kids. She says exactly. Emmanuel Hodge says most women with kids, I know kids take up all their time.
But they shouldn't though. That's like a lot of the times, right? People that really struggle with children they struggle with getting a schedule, getting the child into a schedule and sticking to it. This is not me, but statistically, single fathers do better with those things because if you've noticed in two-parent households, who's usually the authoritarian and the stickler? It's the father usually. Usually, I'm not saying always. All right. Usually, it's the father. Who's the one that? Oh, wait till your father gets home. That's because he's the enforcer. So sometimes women struggle with getting the children on schedule. When you have children, crave structure. Once you give it to them in a very loving way and everything, they take well to it.
Yeah, absolutely. 10 points for John.
We are still doing a point system.
Karmea about to boycott this show. Stop. He's just making up points.
It's like, whose line is it anyway? We're just making up points.
But what you said, y'all, about that structure point, that really does matter. That helps your life move along smoothly with your children. I feel like children should have a structure, but I come from a military background household. So that helped even into my adult life. It still is. So
who's the military vet though? Your mom or your dad?
That would be my dad. But my mama, I love my mama. I respect her like a queen. I love my dad. I respect him too. It's just something that my mama could do no wrong. I fight. My mom.
We might need to tap into that in another episode. She said, "Mom could do no wrong." Interesting. Okay.
No, don't get me wrong. She may be wrong, but she was that type to really, how do you say, if she's wrong, she will apologize for it and fix it. But in another story with my other parent, he wasn't about it. Nah.
I hear you.
Let's
I hear you, Karmea. Emmanuel Haas says in the comments, women wake up early, get them ready for school, bathe them, feed them, help them with homework, especially if they're doing it alone. Right, you have no choice if you're doing it alone.
Yeah.
And shout out to those moms that are doing it alone.
And it gets stressful. It gets stressful, and doing that every day, you could feel like you lose your identity too. We see you. We see you, single moms, single dads. We see you.
There are also some moms that I have heard that they are with the person, but they are still doing it on their own.
True.
So Emmanuel Hodge, you lost me here because cost of rent, groceries, daycare, gas, car insurance. Some are struggling taking care of themselves, let alone kids, due to the economy. So rent, groceries, daycare, except daycare, gas, car insurance, those were there before kids. That's what Ja is also mentioning about life. That's a part of life. You don't all of a sudden start struggling with car insurance. I worked at AAA. I was a lead dispatcher. And you know who the majority of people who call in with AAA asking for someone to change their tire? Women. So, but you drove a Mercedes. You bought a Mercedes, right? You're driving a BMW. You're driving a G-Wagon, and it's breaking down. That breakdown didn't happen just happenstance. That broke down due to poor maintenance. You didn't.
To be fair, all of those things are increasing exponentially. They are increasing and rapidly.
They are,
except for maybe gas.
Gas.
We're not going to talk about car insurance. Let a whole bunch of people in your area have accidents this year. I promise you. The next quarter, they're going to be like, we're going to have to increase your vehicle insurance based off of the accidents in your area. I don't know if y'all do the same thing, but Geico is. Whoa.
That's how it is.
So I want to dig a little bit on a question auxiliary question that came up. Should women expect men to pay more if they earn less? This is because we're talking about the power struggle, and if I earn, do I have more say? What about if I earn more? Should women expect men to pay more if women earn less? If I make more than you, does that mean I cover more expenses than you?
Yes.
Or should it be 50-50? Right? The toxic word that women don't like. Right? Y'all ain't doing 50-50. Okay, if I make more than you, should you pay just as much to live here? Should we split it down the middle? Or do I pay more because I earn more? Is that fair? Because I make more than you? Or you make more than me?
So I got a question.
Sure. Sure.
Does a man want a roommate or is he in a relationship? That will depend on the answer. The roommate, they both splitting everything, and she doing her thing and he doing his thing. So you can't have y'all not really in a relationship. This is just a situationship. Y'all just floating about, about the country, doing what you do. The relationship, if you're talking this out, trying to figure out what do you guys want in your dynamic. So I'm trying to figure out if you make more, it just sounds like more of a roommate situation. If you're going to go like, I'm still going to make you pay half, which is fine. That's your dynamic. That's what's up. But I'm going to still make you pay half, even though you make less. Oh, okay. Well, so roomie, you go on your dates and I'll go on mine. How would you like if she say something like that?
We wouldn't be together. Exactly. Yes, exactly. So here's the alternative. So you rather pay 100% of the bills that you do when you're single, right? That's what you're alluding to. I might as well be single if I'm splitting the bills. But what would you rather? If Macy's had a 60% off sale, you'd be first in line. you'd run to the discount. But instead of paying 100%, right? If your favorite outfit had a 70%, 60% discount, you would buy it because it's a discounted price. It's not the full amount anymore. Why is it a problem when we join together and you no longer have to pay 100%? And your argument is, well, I'd rather be single. Good. You rather pay 100% of the bill, or would you rather the discount?
But when you talk about that, at what cost? What else are we discussing? Because when you talk, it's not just at that point. It's not just finances at that point. So if we're going to be doing half of the bills here, half of the bills there, what about everything else too as well?
Isn't that more attractive to you? The mortgage is $2,000. You would have to pay $2,000 by yourself. You get the luxury and the convenience of this big old house with the pool and the backyard and the acres and everything at half the price. Is that not better?
It is better, but at what cost? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
Ja, help me out. I don't know if I'm explaining it.
No,
I don't know.
I'm enjoying the back and forth. Please continue.
It is better, but at what cost? Because it does sound more attractive, but what else am I giving up for you to pay more?
Okay. All right.
Finally.
I don't subscribe to the 50-50. I subscribe to there's a lot of nuances, right, to paying bills. I don't believe that if I make more, that it makes sense for you to pay half. I don't think so. But we also when we look for this apartment or whatever, are we now going to look for an apartment that takes into account both of our incomes? Or is it you looking for what's on my end of the income? What are we doing? So there's a lot of nuances when you talk about stuff like this. Things usually don't just split down the middle. There's a difference between what's fair and what's equal.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like to do the whole 50-50 conversation, because if Rihanna makes $1 billion and Rocky's worth millions, going half for them would be ridiculous. You get what I'm saying? So if I make 150 and she make 50, so now we supposed to go half, even though I make twice as much? Nah. We should split it up. Okay, I'll pay the mortgage, obviously, because I got that. That's easy. But we need to decide where we're gonna stay. If you want the mansion or the big ass house on the east side, I could afford it. However, that'll take more from what I'm earning though. You know what I'm saying? And these are the type of conversations we should be having. Common sense conversations.
That's why I was asking, what are...
Go ahead. Sorry, I got carried away. I got trigger happy.
It's okay, Marcus. That's why I was asking, what are you giving up or what are you forfeiting? What discussions are being had in other places in the money and stuff when you're talking about 50-50? Because I know some people like that.
Give an example.
Okay, if the spouse makes less and you asking them still to pay half of the bills, then I'm just like, okay, are you getting help in other areas outside of financial? Is that split 50-50, or you're still expecting her to do everything in those areas as well? Whether it's...
Which areas are we talking about, Karmea? Please. I'm trying to find you. I'm trying to get to you.
We're listening.
Whether it's within the household, or you still expect her, because it sounds like okay. In my head, when someone's doing 50-50, they still want you guys are moving like roommates. But in a lot of cases with males, they're not thinking like roommates. They're thinking well, I'm still gonna pay 50, I'm still gonna pay my half and do what I want to do. But you still, as a female, you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta take care of this, you gotta take care of that.
Okay, now we talking.
So we're roommates.
Okay.
We're roommates now, but both of us is not taking on everything together. But we're both paying an equal half.
Okay. All right. Well, you see, now we're on the same page. So the other stuff you're talking about is like the domestic stuff, how some people want to do 50-50, but it's kind of like they want partially modern, partially traditional relationship, but they dictate which is which. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
So Marcus, now I gotta see where Marcus is on this. So how does it work when you split up the other responsibilities like Karmea was talking about? If you go 50-50, does that go 50-50 for taking out trash, dishes, all of that other stuff, or how does that work?
Great question. And thank you for breaking that down so delicately, Karmea. Finally got some clarity. So
Well, excuse me.
so nah, it's fine. It's a very common difficult question. So for me, if we go 50-50 down the middle, it's yes, taking out the trash. I'm gonna do that too. I have no problem with that. Cooking, I'm gonna cook as well, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, we go half only on these things and not support in other areas as well. If it's split down the middle like that, because my thought process is I'm gonna be very pissed if I go to work all day and do all these things, and I'm an entrepreneur and I'm doing all these things, and then I come home and there's a mountain full of trash. I'm gonna be very pissed in this, and I think to some degree women would be pissed at that as well. But there are women who are like, I shouldn't be taking out the trash, right? That is not. That's if you've been home, you would be mad at me if I've been home all day and all I did was play video games, and then you came home from working hard and doing all the things and modeling and traveling, and then you come home and said, because you got the trash, it's your responsibility, and I just left it there. But I've contributed to the trash. I've added to the trash. You would be pissed. So I feel, and that's where Jamali also made a point of, hey, I can afford the mansion, and but I'm going to pay more, right? Just because you want to live over here, and it may bankrupt you to live out there, but you want it so bad, and we can do it. But now there's a disproportion. I'm spending more money that leaves less money for other things. When you sit there and say we live in the Hamptons, we got the high living costs, and I'm paying more because I earn more. But now you're like, well, I'm bankrupt. I can't afford it. Can you hire a babysitter too? Can you hire a nanny? Can you hire a cleaner? Because this house is kind of big. Now it's becoming a lot because you can't contribute to the expenses, but you wanted to live here. So it's unequal. It's not balanced. It's not balanced. And that's what Ja was also, I think he was saying, I can't speak for him, but I think that's what he was also saying. It becomes unbalanced when you start asking for things that are just outrageous and you're pushing the relationship past a point where it makes sense.
Yeah. And that yes, that is what I was alluding to. And it kind of goes back to the original topic where it's like, who has the most say? That's why I said we have to have the conversation and decide these things based on common sense. Like,
Right.
yes, I make more, and yes, I could afford more, but does this make sense? You want this thing. I make more, but I don't care about it. So I'd be spending more of my money to get you what you wanted. Is that how we should work this? No, it doesn't make sense.
And now we've taken away from other things because I'm spending more or because she's spending more. Now we're taking away from other things we could be doing. We could be investing that extra money. We could be saving it. We could be traveling more.
Exactly.
And down it takes away from other things. Whereas we could have got a lot further. So 15 points for Karmea.
1 million points.
1 million.
This point system is crazy.
You've never watched Whose Line Is It Anyway, have you?
Yes, I have.
You watch it?
Yeah.
I just need a little board thing.
my last question: should men still be obligated to pay for engagement rings?
So I got a question. Do y'all feel comfortable with a woman getting on her knee and proposing to you?
Absolutely not. Stand up. Stand up. No, no.
Okay. So with it,
This is an easy one.
That was very
right.
easy for you. That was quick.
Very easy. Because I'm like, if that's the case, she might well go ahead and get on her. If she gonna buy the ring, she might well get on her knee and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be the pants wearer in this relationship for real." Get on her knee and say, "You know, would you marry me?" In her Louis Vuittons.
Yeah, like who else would pay for it? So she would pay for it, and she like, is that how it works? She paid for it, and then she proposed.
That,
like,
in my head, if a woman is doing it, that she's doing the proposal, is setting all of that up, and she the one in her Louis Vuittons getting on her knee talking about something. Will you marry me? At that point, I'll be like, does he even like you? Does he even like you, baby? You might want to verify that first.
That's one internet trope that I agree with. I agree with that one. Like, if you kneel down in front of me, please don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass us. Get up.
So you'd rather it in private?
Don't do it. Your ass up. Off your knees. Only one time you need to be down there, baby. Don't worry about this.
Look, please. Please.
It is interesting. I don't agree with it, but I don't understand my emotions around it. Why? Siobhan, why?
Said, hell no.
Siobhan, call in and say why. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I triple dog dare you, Siobhan, to say why. Why?
Does he like you if you got to get the ring and get on your knee, baby? Does he even like you like that?
So how many men have gone on one knee and still be narcissistic and still be abusive? I don't find that connection. I don't find that connection. I don't in a world of equal opportunity, and women wanting the same things as men, I don't.
We're not doing this.
We are doing it. Bring it on.
So Marcus, so a girl get on her knee and say, "Would you marry me, Marcus?" with a diamond ring in front of everybody at the park, lights lit. You just standing there looking. You standing there with an ice cream cone, and she on her knee in her dress
with a drone show in the back.
Will you marry me?
I don't feel good about it. I'm acknowledging that I don't feel good about it.
But you don't know why.
I don't understand my feelings around it. I don't know if it's systemic. I don't know if it's a societal norm that's pushing me to feel that way. I don't feel good about it, but I can't justify my feelings about it.
That's that caveman in you. Do we have to justify like every feeling, man? Like, can't we just be like, some things should stay traditional?
Why that? Why that stay traditional? Why?
Like I said, I can't justify it either. It just ain't a thing that I think women should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm modern in majority of my thinking, but some of the stuff for me is I'm still traditional. Like, I need to deal with the trash. I need to deal with the car maintenance, and you know what I'm saying? Proposals should be done by the man, and that I don't know why. Like I said, that might be the caveman or the lizard brain or whatever, but I just don't think women should be doing that. It looks bad, and all I could see is Chrissy Lampkin proposing to Jim Jones.
Oh my God.
And like, it was horrible.
It was terrible. And I was just like, baby, he don't want you like that. Like he willing to string you along all them years, but he is not willing to tie you down with a ring. I'm sorry, baby, let it go. You just a long time girlfriend. And it's okay if that's what you want to be, baby, but that man don't really like her. She just happened to be somebody to deal with the mess and be there long term. And he's comfortable, and she make it seem like she's comfortable too. So who am I to speak on it? Moving on.
Understood.
That's one gender role that I'm cool with. Like women grant access to sex, men are choose who they want to marry. I'm cool with those gender roles staying exactly the way they are.
Understood. Understood. I lied. I had one more. Should men be expected to protect women physically in dangerous situations?
Yo, so we ain't gonna go with the who pays for the weddings though. That's what I was hoping was gonna be your next question, really.
Okay. Okay. I thought that was obvious, but okay. Sure. Just like the initial topic. Isn't it obvious that a man should pay for the wedding?
The man or a man? Because that's two
Amen.
different things. No, because if you want to be traditional, right? It's not the husband that pays for the wedding. It's
the bride's family that pays, the bride's
exactly.
father.
So a
Yeah,
lot of people be swearing they're traditional, but they ask for stuff that's modern. It's traditional. It's traditionally the father to be or whatever it is. The father-in-law pays for the wedding, not the husband. So why, when people talk about tradition, we don't talk about that?
I don't know. I've always left it up to the dynamic.
So you'd be cool with your father-in-law paying for the wedding?
Who you talking to?
Karmea.
I'd be okay, but who paying for the wedding?
The father-in-law paying for the wedding.
I think you got it mixed up. It would be the case of it would be my father paying for the wedding, not father-in-law.
Yeah. Your father.
Your father. Okay, sorry.
That she'd be the bride, yeah.
So I proposed to you, keeping it traditional. So I proposed to you, I bought the ring, I paid for the ring, and then your father pays for the wedding ceremony.
Traditionally, that's how it goes.
Traditionally, that's how it goes. I think it depends on the dynamic. Personally, I'll say for that.
You would say for that?
Wait.
You
won't pay for the rings, but you'll help pay for the wedding?
You see?
No, the only reason why is because I know my family I know.
Get on that knee, Karmea. You might as well get on that knee. You might as well get on that knee. I know
my family dynamic. Y'all don't know my family dynamic. I know mine.
Okay.
I know the family I came from.
Ooh.
And the only problem, you can't make somebody pay nothing. You can't make somebody pay something. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that's true. It's just I didn't see that coming. I'm gonna be honest. You paying for your own wedding? I did not see that coming out of this whole conversation.
You could present it to the person, but they can still try to be like, well, if I can't squeeze 10 cents out of 5, I don't know.
They ain't got it. Okay.
If we're going to stay traditional, you got to think about it too. If people are saying traditional, what if they don't know who their daddy is?
Oh my God.
What if the bride don't know who her daddy is and don't have one in case of a single parent household? Who do you expect to pay it now?
The mom.
Now you know good well typically she ain't got it either.
Hey, still your side, so y'all can save up and pay for it. I'm gonna show up.
Get the community, get the village.
Start a GoFundMe.
The next cookout. Hey, Karmea got proposed to, y'all. We gotta get it together. Karmea got proposed to. We gotta put the funds together.
Y'all petty. That's what y'all not going. You real petty.
I mean, hey. Some people don't know that's how it goes traditionally. But I'm just saying, some people don't know that.
Traditionally, that's how it's supposed to go. The bride side is supposed to pay for it. The bridesmaids pay for it.
My dad sat me down early. He sat me down immediately after graduation. Like, hey son, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I messed up. I had too much fun. Hey, the weed was flowing. The coke was flowing.
Damn.
He was like,
he's up there singing insufficient funds like Jennifer Hudson.
He like, so you going to the recruiter's office, right? After this? And he He was straight
Yeah.
up. I ain't got it. I ain't
The military will pay for it. Yeah.
Military got you though. Uncle Sam paying them taxes. So, but then again, now it's like, well, parents are taking it on to save for their kids' wedding. I don't think that's a bad tradition to bring back. I don't think that's something that
I don't think it should have went away.
The only thing I'm gonna say about that
you
is
paying for your daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I'm gonna say about
it's gonna be a minute, but right, let's put that on.
Hey, let's slow this down.
He basically saying, "Hey, I got time."
Yeah.
Is the root? What about if it's like if she had a divorce? Do you pay for all of them, like the remarry and all of that, or is just the
I don't know about that one.
Wait,
I don't know the full rule.
wait.
I've never asked about that one.
She's divorced.
Wait a minute.
This is the remarriage, and she got proposed to a second time.
Is there rules to that?
I don't know. I've never heard
if
that.
If it doesn't last,
I've
if it
never
doesn't
heard
last
that.
and they got to get married again, do you got to pay again?
We just assume it's one and done, or dad is dead. So that's I
paid for the first one. It's on you.
Yeah,
the second,
that's
right?
it.
The second one
Exactly.
is on you.
Yeah, you should have chose better. That's all.
Ooh, do you want to meet?
Wait. What if now you can't say should have chose better? What if the first one passed away, but she had a happy marriage?
Oh God. Stay single, man. Stay single. You got one freebie. No.
What if they had a happy marriage, happy family?
You say you can't do that?
There it is.
What you mean you can't do it? First of all, it's one and done. You see, here's the thing, because the marriage is a choice. First of all, you could still just go to the courthouse. You know what I'm saying? If you on 2 and 3 and 4, you overdoing it, first of all. Because I got a rule for everything. Baby showers, first one, all right, cool. Got you some gifts. Second one, nah. Third, nah, don't even invite me no more.
What about you, Karmea? Should it extend past the first marriage?
I was joking, but seriously, it should only hit one. It should only hit one. It should only
you could
hit
just
one.
go to courthouse.
Right. I feel the same low key about baby showers too. Like he said, like the first one, okay, that's great. Second, third, all right, now wrap it up. Wrap it up.
And you ain't even with the first dude. No.
Nope. We shouldn't even be celebrating this like this. Where the father at? If we talking about
that makes the father more involved, right? That's if I'm paying for it, if I'm the father and I'm paying for it, then we lead right back into it. I should have a big say over who you marry because I'm paying for it. Right? I need to meet the person. If I'm paying for it, don't I?
I promise you can meet the person all day and you can see that man in his face and spend time with him. She could be marrying the devil for all you know behind closed doors, and he's showing you a totally different person. It's still gonna be her choice at the end of the day. Hopefully she make the right one.
But let's flip it. Let's say I don't give you my blessing and I don't want to pay for it because you still want to get married. Am I wrong? I think the two are connected. That's why the father gives the blessing.
Hey, it's your free will. At the end of the day, it's your free will, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be your money. So
you see, I can't say you're wrong, right? But you see, the thing with these hypotheticals, you keep going. So if you don't pay for it, you don't give your blessing. Are you still gonna then show up to the wedding to try to give your daughter away when they take out loans to pay for this wedding? Are you then gonna show up?
No.
Damn.
I didn't agree with it. I did not agree with the match. Why would I show up?
So basically, because
you're gonna show up to
So basically, because she didn't okay it with the village, you get it approved by the village would not be paying. Got it.
Is that wrong? I don't think that's wrong if you want me to pay.
Oof. But not showing up to your child's wedding?
I don't agree with that.
I ain't gonna hold you. I've heard of some people doing it not because of the reason of not paying. They didn't put no money into it in the first place from the situation I'm remembering, but the parents not showing. Yeah, they don't. They disagree with the person that they're marrying and like, well, I ain't gonna be there at all. I've heard of parents.
Huh?
you would still
Say
show up.
what?
You didn't agree with
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did
yeah.
not agree for the match. You refused. You saved up, and you said, I'll pay for the first one as tradition. And then they introduced the guy to you, and you're like, nah, I don't approve of this guy. I'm not paying. You would still show up and walk her down the aisle though?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
because this is a milestone in my child's life. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be there. If she wants me there, I'm gonna be there and show up. I'm also gonna be there at the divorce to say, I told your ass, told you one shit.
He gonna be the voice of reason at the end.
Exactly. Like I see, told you. And that's it. Like, that's still my child. I don't want to miss no milestone in my child's life and have them resent me. You know what I'm
What'd
saying?
be
Like, I don't think
crazy
it's worth
is,
it.
but you'll still show up. But what'd be crazy is if you don't like that person that bad and they end up working out really well.
Then I'm happy. You get what I'm saying? Like, but what if you didn't show up and now things worked out well? Now they don't even talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things happen too. I'm not losing my relationship with my child because I feel some type of way. Ultimately,
Right.
whose choice is it? It's theirs. You need to let them choose.
Great conversation. This was dope. That was dope. Great job. Another round of applause to our panel, y'all.
Why he sound surprised?
I never know how these are gonna go. I have no idea how these are ever gonna go.
You
But I
act
look
like we
forward-
some tyrants.
Exactly. We've been doing this. Stop.
No, I look forward to these dialogues, these healthy dialogues, because I was having this conversation at the barbershop the other day that we need to get back to the philosophers. Imagine people were having discussions and conversations about the moons and the stars and discovered astrology just from one or two people or three people getting together and having intelligent conversations, right? So, and they discovered mathematics, all based on just talking to each other. So I really appreciate these conversations. I just never know where they're gonna go, but I love them.
Yeah. Awesome.
Dope. All right, y'all. We gotta let y'all go. We have our guests, our panel. Ja has many more things. He's off of vacation, and check him out on the Same Difference podcast, doing big things, interviewing bigger and bigger guests. An incredible podcast. Ja, thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you, bruh. You're awesome,
Appreciate it,
fantastic,
Yes.
and looking forward to the future. How can people connect with you? How can people learn more?
All right. If you want to learn more about the Same Difference podcast, you can go ahead and tap in with us on Same Difference 2022 is our IG. It's just Same Difference on Facebook. Is at same_difference_pod. And the YouTube, which was just up there, is at VI_very_own. If you want to be on the show, you can go ahead and be on the podcast. You can email us at samedifferencepodcast22@gmail. samedifferencepodcast22@gmail.com. Go ahead and hit us up, and every response, it's one of us. It's either me or Nisi. We got a show going live tomorrow night. We have a short filmmaker who he's dropping his YouTube short about the fire bun in St. Croix. He's dropping that tonight, and he'll be on the show tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, tap in with us, man. Your boy making moves. And then Sundays at 4 to 6, that's AST, 3 to 5 EST. We do a different day with John Nisi. It's a 2-hour live streaming radio podcast. Ooh, on 101.3 Raw FM. But yeah, y'all go ahead and tap in with us. Everything is linked. It's easy to find. If you have any questions, go ahead and email or DM us. We'll contact you. All right.
Absolutely. And final words to that couple, any advice, any tips to that young boy, that young man, that young girl struggling in relationships today? Any tips? You dropped so many nuggets today.
My only relationship advice is to listen, to understand before you say anything. Don't listen to respond. That's one of our biggest issues. Every human being on earth just wants to be understood. If you could try to understand your fellow man or woman, that will take us a lot further than anything. That's why the podcast is the Same Difference. Because even though we disagree, we should be able to meet in the middle, at least on most topics. And too often, We're arguing and debating things even when in essence we agree at a base level. We need to start doing that more.
Absolutely. Check them out. Tap in, y'all. Karmea, any final words, any final advice? You shared so many nuggets today to that young couple, that young boy, that young girl struggling with relationships today. Any tips, words of wisdom?
Have the difficult conversations, but like John said, listen to understand. Try to, figure out where you guys can work it out and meet in the middle. Like you said, we get into a situation where we're just trying to be heard. So those voices, sometimes we want to be louder than the other. We want to be heard more. Like we both can get what we want. We just have to get to a point of understanding and calming down, taking a deep breath, and actually listening to each other.
Very wise. Very wise. Very wise. My great job, y'all. Y'all awesome. My words of wisdom is lead with love always in all things. Try in a world full of toxicity, in a world full of negativity, in a world full of just a lot of external negativity. Try love the next time. The next time you feel like you want to crash out or you want to pop off on that coworker that did you wrong or cut you off on the road while you were driving to work. Try love. Flip the script. Change your mind. And lead with love in all things and see if the experience and you live a better quality life. Give love a try. That's my words. All right, y'all. We are out of time. We have many more incredible things to do, but we appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are dope. Thank you for being here with us today. We love it. We love y'all. You guys are awesome. Like we end every show. Take care of your friends. Take care of your family. And always take care of business. This is Marcus, your favorite host, and
Karmea Wells, the unorthodox Southern Belle,
and
John from the Same Difference podcast. VI to the bone.
love you guys. Bye.
Peace.